Hey folks, Mark69 here, back once again in the flesh with our vinyl update for y'all. Hopefully the fan in the background isn't making too much noise because it's hot as fuck here in Sweden right now. It's so hot that half of our forests are on fire right now. It's pretty bad. But that's the case in most of Europe right now, unfortunately. It's too hot. That's global warming for y'all. Anywho, I'm here chilling. I got 5 records to show. I'll have another 5 records to show next time around, just waiting for one pre-order to come through. And yeah, so these 5 are going to be kind of a birthday update because I had my birthday back in June. And I got a couple of records, so yeah, let's get started. The first record I'm going to show you is a birthday present from my friend Liam, which he got from me when he was here over back in June. And that's none other than Sepultura with KSAD. This is a recent repress they've been doing. They've been doing a couple of represses for some of their most famous records, Roots by Roots, and they're going to repress Rise soon, which is my favorite Sepultura album, so looking forward to getting that. But this is a great fucking album. This is probably one of the most well-known records, except for Roots, obviously. Comes as a gatefold. It's really, really nice. Yeah, this was like the first Sepultura record I've ever heard. The first song I ever heard was Roots by Roots back when I was like 14 or something. This was the first record I listened through, start to finish. Really great album. Obviously, Refuse, Resist, Territory, Propaganda. Some great stuff. And the second LP on here comes with some bonus tracks, instrumental versions, and some kind of remixes and stuff, as well as a live in Minneapolis in '94 on the D side. Regular black vinyl on Roadrunner Records. It's nothing too fancy there, but this is a really nice repress. I've been waiting for them to repress all their stuff, and they're finally doing that. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to getting a Rise as well, but yeah, KSAD is fucking awesome. So if you haven't heard this record for some reason, great legendary groove metal band. Became kind of new metal in the later era of the Roots and started out being kind of really raw, death metal-y. Some would even say black metal, but yeah, this is probably the most famous work of theirs. Great shit, check it out. Sepultura with KSAD.
Say what? Street by the Amazon. Of cells on life itself. Go right for getting on. Ladies get numbered. Biotech. It's Godzilla.
These next 2 records were a present from my girlfriend, and these 2 were like one of the top 5 records of the year for me anyway. And yeah, this one is MGMT with Little Dark Age. This was a huge surprise for me. I haven't listened to MGMT like ages. I mean, obviously everyone heard Kids back in 2007 when they released their oracular, spectacular record. And I haven't really been paying attention at all to MGMT or what they've been doing, but this kind of came up when I was listening to like Ariel Pink or something on YouTube, and this came up as a recommended, and I checked it out. And I was just kind of like, it was a slow burn start, but then it just blew me fuck away when I heard the title track for this record. And man, what an amazing fucking record. It comes as a gatefold, really nice pressing. If you're not familiar with MGMT, they're kind of like an indie, psychedelic pop band, sometimes rock band, just odd psychedelic electronic music kind of. I mean, if you probably heard Kids. Everyone's heard Kids if you don't remember who done it. But this is a really nice press from Sony Music and Columbia Records. Really great stuff. Comes with 2 inner printed sleeves with lyrics, obviously, and regular black vinyl, Columbia Records. Yeah, so Little Dark Age on here is like fucking 10 out of 10 track in my opinion. Really kind of gothy, and they really change up their style, and they have some hits on there as well, like Me and Michael is probably one of the more catchier songs they've done in a long while. Here's side C and D, same thing here. Really like the cover art as well, really nice and yellow. And I do like me some yellow, and yeah, some great tracks on here. She Works Out Too Much, Little Dark Age, amazing track. When You Die is fantastic. The video for that is really crazy and psychedelic. I definitely urge you to check out the video for When You Die. Me and Michael, really nice banger track. And time spending looking at my phone is really great as well. But yeah, mostly like side A and B and C is like the best stuff on here. Really big surprise for me. Great album. A little bit dark, a little bit gothier, a bit more interesting. Definitely urge everyone to check out MGMT with Little Dark Age. And this is not a great record from this year. This is none other than the fourth, I believe. Yeah, the fourth record from this band from Denmark. This is none other than Iceage with Beyondless. Really great psychedelic cover on here as well. Iceage, I heard back in the day when they released their second record, You're Nothing. Just really dark and depressing. Really unique, kind of chaotic sound. If you're not familiar with Iceage, kind of like an indie punk band. Really a mix of different styles. They sound everything from like have some black metal influences to stuff like Nick Cave and Bad Seeds to the Stooges, and Stooges really is a big inspiration here on this record, especially like Funhouse. I definitely got some Funhouse vibes from this record. So they kind of went away from the more chaotic, punky, raw sound and into more a Nick Cave and a Bad Seeds, Stooges kind of territory, especially with this record. I just fell in love with this album as soon as I heard it. This is like probably the most easy to get into record, I think. A lot of their stuff is really kind of chaotic, it's hard to get into, especially with Eliza's vocals. But this is probably the most accessible record they've done thus far, and I've been really enjoying the fuck out of this. I listen to this on my phone like every day to work. This and NGMT, basically. Great record. This is a Matador release, if I'm not mistaken. Printed black sleeve, regular black vinyl. I'm gonna say vinyl a lot. And this comes with a little booklet as well. If I can get it out, I'll show it to you. And that's the download code. There it is. I have You're Nothing as well, and it also came with a booklet. But this just comes with lyrics, basically, which is nice. Very simple, but it's really nice pressing, and it sounds great. If you're in the mood for some Stooges like Nick Cave and Bad Seeds, but with a new spin on it, a bit more chaotic, a bit more interesting. If you're into like sexy psychedelic stuff as well, definitely check out this record. One of the best ones from this year. Iceage with Beyondless. And next we're going to talk about a genre I usually never talk about ever, which is jazz. And I think I watched a video from Metal Theologian, and his video was like, records to listen to if you want to get into jazz music. And he mentioned this, and I listened to it. I was like, this is fucking great. I'm still not like a jazz fan right now or anything, but I really do enjoy this record quite a fucking lot. This is Blues and Roots with Charles Mingus. This is a nice gatefold, and I got this at the record store. Definitely had to pick this up. It was pretty cheap as well, because I have like no jazz records whatsoever. And I don't really have much to say because I don't know shit about jazz. I just know that this record is fucking awesome. So I guess, you know, according to Metal Theologian anyway, this is a great entrance record to the genre. I've listened to some jazz before, but this is definitely a great record I've been coming back to quite a lot. Yeah, don't have much to say. I know he plays stand-up bass, and the song Moaning is absolutely fantastic. And that's the song I kind of fell in love with when I first heard this record. And yeah, comes on a regular black 180 gram vinyl. Sounds really, really nice. And yeah, that's about it. So if you want to check out some jazz, if you don't listen to genre that much, and check out this Blues and Roots with Charles Mingus. And moving on from entrance level jazz to quite the opposite. And I was at their local record store, which mostly sells new stuff. I was just looking for their secondhand bins and shit, which I usually do, and I usually never find shit, except for maybe one time I found a really great record, and this was kind of the case once again. Never even thought like I'd ever get this record. Just completely slipped my mind. I didn't even know about this band, but I saw it and I was like, I have to pick this up now. Because I'll never find this shit ever again in the wild, so to speak. This is none other than Naked City with their self-titled record. This is one of John Zorn's projects. If you're familiar with John Zorn, you know he makes really weird fucking music. First heard Naked City, I heard the track Bonehead in the movie Funny Games. The US version, I think it's the same track in the German version as well, but nevertheless, this is really fucking freaky ass jazz music. I don't know what the fuck to call it, avant-garde jazz maybe. John Zorn is a music producer, saxophone player from New York, and he plays saxophone like a crazy person. It sounds like a freaking giant howl or something when he plays the saxophone. It's really fucking crazy. And in terms of vocals on this album, it's Yamatsuka Ai from the Boredoms, which is like a weird Japanese band. It just screams. I think they were like played with Nirvana back in the day in Japan or something. But really fucking weird. I'm not sure if this is an old pressing or not. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a 2016 repress. I think it was originally released in '89, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this record is fucking crazy, and it's even more crazy that I actually found it. A regular black vinyl, it's a bit dusty. Really buy myself a new duster, but yeah, this record. Yeah, I guess I'd recommend this if you're into weird avant-garde music or just in the mood for something a bit different. No idea what jazz fans think of this one, but it's pretty fucking bizarre. So if you haven't heard Naked City, check it out if you're in the mood for something a bit more weird. And those were all the records I had to show for you today. Next update should be a special themed one. I'm just waiting for one last pre-order to come in. They already shipped it a few days ago. So once I have the time to do a vinyl update, I got the records, I will do one. Otherwise, hopefully your forests are not burning up, and hopefully you're having a good nice summer. Go to the beach. Yay, bye!